Did you know that Taylor Swift once wrote a song about Jake Owen? It's pretty tempting to make this You Think You Know all about Taylor's ex-boyfriends, but that's sort of old. So in 5 seconds or less, here are all the men she's been linked to in the songs they inspired. Now that that's out of the way, meet Taylor Allison Swift, songwriter extraordinaire. Yep, Tay-Tay is a songwriter first, performer second, singer third, and lover of all things kitten fourth or fifth. She was born in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, a suburb of Reading. She has a mom and a dad and a little brother who most women think is kind of a hottie-macottie. Daddy Scott is a money man. He works for Merrill Lynch as a financial advisor and does pretty well. In fact, when Taylor signed to Big Machine, he bought 3% of the company. 3% of $1 billion is, we'll carry the one at the two, find out $1 bazillion. So they're all kind of rich now. Actually, they've always done well. In addition to his advising money, the Swifts had that fat Christmas tree cash. Taylor grew up on a Christmas tree farm, no milking required, and one of her jobs was to knock the praying mantises out of the trees. Big job for a little girl, right? Well, yeah, because one time she forgot and the family got a nasty phone call. We think that inspired the song Fearless, but probably not. Moving on. Taylor first came to Nashville at age 11 was all like, "Hey, I'm Taylor Swift, you should record my album." And she got laughed at, so she went home and learned to write songs and play guitar. A few years later, she moved to Music City and signed with RCA, which was and is Sarah Evans' label. They could have been BFFs, but they wouldn't let her cut her own songs, so she left and met Scott Borchetta. Scott had worked with Toby Keith a bunch, so he knew a thing or two about making stars. At age 15, she released a little song called Tim McGraw, and boom! MySpace exploded. That's right, I said MySpace. It was a thing back then, sort of like Facebook, but more confusing. We all had to be friends with this weirdo. She would spend every night watching Law & Order while answering each and every personal message she got. Like everyone. She did this for years, long after she had hits. In fact, to this day, Taylor is still known to send personal notes to radio stations that play her music. And yes, if you're wondering, she does dot the I in Swift with a heart. So, how big did Taylor Swift get? At least one source says she sold over 100 million albums and singles. That's more than George Strait, more than Shania, more than Britney Spears. Yeah, these numbers are a little misleading because George didn't have iTunes after all, but it proves she was a pretty big deal. Other career highlights and lowlights for Swiftie include winning several Entertainer of the Year awards. Yay! Getting rudely interrupted by Kanye West. Boo! Winning 5 Grammys in 2010. Yay! And being criticized for her performance with Stevie Nicks that same night. Boo! She turned that lowlight on its head, however, and wrote Mean because that's how Taylor Swift rolls. When life deals you lemons, you make double platinum hit songs that include brilliant music videos. Taylor likes writing songs about men. We went over this, but John Mayer and Joe Jonas are a few other dudes who've treated her wrong that she's let have it. Jake Owen inspired a different sort of song. Sparks Fly is about him, written after they played together in Portland. Nothing happened as she was like 16 and that's creepy, but a young girl's imagination can run wild, and it did. So now you know Taylor Swift. Other things to know, she's kind of blind, she wrote a novel in high school, her grandmother sang opera, and she has 2 cats that she probably spends way too much time with. But you won't ever break her heart, will you, Meredith? No, you won't. No, you won't. Who's the cutest kid? What?